Hello. So there's a lot of crystals to go through. And because of that, I won't go hard in giving all the details of each and every crystal. I will just give some brief info and swiftly move on because if I didn't, we'll be here all day. So this package comes from True North Crystal. I will link their store in the description below if you are interested in checking them out and, purchasing anything from them. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, what I first unwrapped was this Arusha Moonstone Sunstone Minisphere. It's named after the region it comes from, Arusha, Tanzania, and it works the same way as just Moonstone, which I've spoke before on, except it has also not just a silver sheen, but a gold-ish sheen, which, if you look closely at it, actually has this sort of colorful rainbow lattice work in the gold sheen aspect of it. And this is really high quality, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. This next piece is dark green tourmaline with aquamarine and lepidolite growth specimen. As you can see here, this is the mica of lepidolite, which gives it a little bit of a sparkle, as well as this here, which is aquamarine. Aquamarine being a variety of a beryl. Next here I have my mini rhodochrosite tower. So rhodochrosite tends to be a little pricey, hence why this is a mini tower. It's what I can afford right now. And it sort of reminds me of, at least the carvings of rhodochrosite, it reminds me of raw bacon. And I know that doesn't sound very nice in terms of a crystal, but it's what it reminds me of. This piece has this very gemmy sort of aspect right here to it, and that's why I decided to pick it up. Next piece is something I'm just absolutely in love with because of the quality. That is my Lodolite mini tower, and look how clear it is. You can just see every little detail in this mini tower. I've spoken about Lodolite before, and yeah, I'm absolutely in love with the Lodolite that I got this round. Then next I have this native copper specimen, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's copper. This piece is very fragile. Copper can be quite fragile, and this here has this just incredible sparkle to it, the weathering of this copper piece. And yeah, very beautiful. Next piece is very similar. It is another native copper, except this one comes with calcite growth, and the weathering has created chrysocolla growth as well. So that's why I decided to get both. I couldn't choose between the two. And yeah, again, very, very fragile, and it kind of almost looks alien, just the way that it's got all these little arms sticking out. It's like legs or arms or something like that. It's almost like coral too. It reminds me of the shape of coral, which is interesting. Next piece is a specimen I've already unwrapped except this is on its own and in higher quality. That is my aquamarine specimen, and I'm sure it comes from Pakistan, except now I'm kind of questioning my memory. I know they said something. I know they told me. I just can't remember if it's Pakistan or the other aquamarine that they had was from Pakistan and this was from somewhere else. I'm not too sure on my memory on that, but I'm pretty sure it is Pakistan. I will have to go back and ask them again. They'll know and they'll be able to tell me. But anyways, yeah, definitely a really nice specimen. It's got great color. The blue is very vibrant, yet it's still very clear. And we all know it's a beryl because I've already said this, and yeah, it's got great shape to it too, the structure. It is beryl-like, like the high-quality specimens that you usually see come in this shape. So yeah. Sticking to the blue theme, the next piece I unwrapped is my azurite specimen, which is also blue, except this is much more of a royal blue. And azurite usually doesn't come in such well-defined and bigger crystals. It's usually more druzy-like. But this one has definite well-defined shape to it, which is awesome. And it just, yeah, really pretty and highly prized in the crystal mineral community. And I love it. The next piece I unwrapped is this flower agate medium tower. I already have flower agate in my collection. If you watched my collection videos, you'd know that. I just really liked these towers and they were on sale. So I just was like, okay, I'll take one. So yeah, it will go nicely with the others. So next I'm going to show you double specimens because they are the same basically. That is my Wellow Ethiopian opals. So this is specimen A, then we have specimen B, I guess we could say. And these are highly praised as being, you know, on the same high grade level as Australian opals. This is a newer discovery, based obviously in Ethiopia, in the Wellow region. And the difference between, the reason why I got two, the differences between these two is sort of the backdrop coloring. This one, the first one being more of a purple backdrop, while this one being more of a bluish backdrop. Yeah, so a few of them had greens and oranges, yellows, reds as their backdrop, like for the colors, but I just really liked these two together. So yeah. Next, I unwrapped my black botryoidal flower agate with black choosy small tower. So it's just flower agate with really dark chalcedony that I'm pretty sure actually UVs. I don't have the black light because they're expensive, but I'm considering just buying the knockoff version, which isn't the best, but it's better than nothing. And I just can't afford the actual original sort of, you know, blacklight for minerals because it's just highly expensive and I just can't afford it. So I'm considering that, so that way I can show off my fluorescent crystals. And so yeah, and this flower agate also has the botryoidal aspect, so some of the chalcedony has botryoidals, which is kind of cool. And yeah. Next I have is the halite, the pink halite, which is a natural sodium chloride. Occurs in evaporated deposits of saline lakes and saline water areas, meaning that high content of salted lakes. And it has this cubic formation after the evaporation occurs, and it is water soluble, meaning that it will dissolve if put into water because it's like it's more like a salt crystal. And so you can still clean it, but just with a damp wet cloth to get the dust out and whatnot. Just don't put it like fully submerged in water and you should be fine. So next I unwrapped my zebra calcite specimen, which is a calcite but an opaque calcite, so it's full of inclusions which causes this striping effect. Sometimes you can see orange present within zebra calcite. You can see it here a little bit starting to turn a little bit orangey, and that's just due to different inclusions. But yeah, just a nice little piece of zebra calcite. Next thing I unwrapped is something that is one of my favorites out of the whole lot, and that is this rainbow fluorite with chalcopyrite inclusion, a large sphere. It's large, that's why I like it so much, and I do love fluorite. It's rainbow fluorite because you can see the intermingling of colors without much zoning, so they're not separated, they're very mingled, and you could see this sort of almost muted sort of coloring instead of really, you know, vibrant, and that's due to the chalcopyrite, which you can actually see that's been formed within. You could see it sort of like waving around, like almost like, you know, very sheer fabric, like, or smoke. It's kind of cool, yeah. So I just thought that was just such a cool aspect of this piece. Next is my Polychrome Jasper Freeform, which I got simply because it has what appears to be a picture of a cat in the front. And that's about the only reason why I picked this one up. I thought that was cute. I love how Jasper sometimes forms these pictures that you can see within the coloring and inclusions of the Jasper. And yeah, I just thought that was cool. The next thing I unwrapped is something that I've already sort of shown you, except for bigger. That is my Lodolite Small Tower. Again, one of the most clearest, versions I've ever seen. Extremely high quality. All of the Lodolite comes from Brazil, by the way. And yeah, you could just look at it. You can see the sort of crystal growthing inside of it, which is so cool. And it has like little strands of silver rutile, and yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I love how clear it is. You can see every detail. So yeah. Next piece I unwrapped is this Black Moonstone Medium Sphere. I've already spoken about Moonstone before, how it forms, so I won't go into that. But yeah, this is just a black version. And it's really pretty, has good silvery flash. Yeah, I love black, so I have to, see when I see black minerals or crystals, I have to, go for it because there's not many out there. My last piece, finally, we're at the end. My last piece I unwrapped is my rose quartz specimen. So rose quartz actually does not come in formed crystals and clusters and all that. It comes like this, big chunks, big, rock chunks. And yeah, I'm just happy to get a piece. I never really was into rose quartz until I actually got my rose quartz sphere with the asterism, and the color is just amazing. And when you see it in person, it's a lot different than, say, on camera. And when you get a nice, deep, colored, clear rose quartz, it's just chef's kiss. So beautiful. So yeah, I'm happy to have this in my collection. And thus concludes this unboxing. Thanks for watching. Again, like I said before, this package comes from True North Crystal. I will link their shop below if you're interested in seeing what they have. It's a great store. I always go to their live sales. We all have a bunch of fun. It's a great community of people. And yeah, the two ladies who work there, V and C, they're really awesome. And yeah, so other than that, I will see you next time. Bye.